Hey everybody, Fitz checking in here from northern Minnesota. It's the beginning of bear season. I was fortunate enough to get a leftover tag again this year, and it's been a very active year as far as bears go. I've probably seen more bears this spring and summer than I have the previous 11 years combined. I know of at least 9 different bears that have come into the resort at one point or the other, a couple with regularity. We were able to start baiting in mid-August, and I had a bear or two that were coming in fairly regularly to my bait station. Once season opened, they moved off. I don't know if they moved off to another hunter's bait set or if they just moved out of the area temporarily, but I'm hoping they cooperate and come back so I can get a crack at them. Right now, I actually just took down one of my bait stations. We're allowed 3 here in Minnesota. I'm gonna abandon one of them and just move the resources to the other 2 that have had a little more action to them. And that'll keep me busy for this next week. Deer opener is next Saturday, a week out, and so once that starts, I'll be mixing a little bit of bear and deer hunting together. So if these bears cooperate, hopefully we can get something down before then. Otherwise, we'll see you in the deer woods too. Stick with me, bow hunt or die. Hey everybody, Fitz checking in here from northern Minnesota again. It is the 16th of September and I'm getting ready to go actually sit out for my first time bear hunting this season. I've had mixed results at my bear bait stations so far this year. They've been kind of hot and cold, very streaky, but last night both of my bait stations were hit. One was actually hit by a wolf, the one across the lake. So I'm gonna let that one sit, but the one closer here to the lodge, that one actually has been hit the last 4 evenings in a row. I believe it's the same bear. I think it's a fairly young bear, but I want to get my eyes on him, get some footage of him, and make a decision. Historically speaking, here in Minnesota, I believe the first couple weeks of the season, about 70% of the bears that are taken in that first part, so I don't want to push it to the end. Just because the stats aren't going to be in my favor, but I want to make sure that it's a bear that I'm happy with. I've never shot one, so anything is going to be a trophy to me. The wind is perfect. It's going to take my scent right out over the lake. Should probably lay down as the evening progresses. The bear should come either from in front of me or off to my right, come down right to the station. It's hot, but it's starting to look like fall around here. All the maples are changing. Aspens and birch are starting to yellow up a little bit, so should be a good sit. Oh, he had me tore up. I just could not. I could not get him at a good angle. Oh, he was almost entirely in the barrel, and when he'd come out, his back was to me. It's such a weird feeling to be excited for something to come in and have so much time. There we go. I don't think he's a big bear, but you know what? I've never shot a bear before. This is the first time I've been in a stand and had one below me like that, so, oh, man. I knew I had time, but gosh, arms are sore just from holding my bow. Oh man, this is fun. Bear down. You went maybe, gosh, not quite 20 yards. Oh, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. So, here's my bait stations right down here. Tree. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it up there. Well, here he is. Pretty sure this is just a 18-month-old, but man, I was pretty excited when he came in, and anytime my heart starts to go, that ends up being the indicator on whether or not I'm going to pull the trigger. And this is the first time I've ever had a bear tag in my pocket and had a bear come underneath me in the tree stand, so it was a fun experience. Trickier than it looks like. You know, half of it is waiting for the right angle. He was in front of me for, gosh, I don't know, a half hour or more, but half the time his back was to me every time he'd pop out of there, and finally he turned enough to where I was able to get that arrow in there. A fun experience. I'm looking forward to trying out this bear meat again. It's been a long time. I don't even honestly remember what it tastes like, so I'm excited to try that out, and I could see myself doing this every few years up here. We got a pretty good population, it seems, these days, at least in our immediate area here. And man, I know we got a lot of work yet to do this evening, but I am one happy hunter. All right, guys, I got him hanging. I got some ice packs packed into his chest. It's supposed to get down into like the 40s this evening, but I want to make sure that he gets cooled off in the morning. I'm going to skin him out and butcher him up. Maybe take a few more pictures. We'll see how everything from this evening turned out. But man, am I happy to have my first bear ever down. He's a little guy, just over 103 pounds, I think. So excited to have my bear hunting season done. Looking forward to moving on to deer as well here. But that's going to do it for me tonight. So thanks for coming along for the ride, guys. Bow hunt or die. Thanks, buddy.
This is how we like to do it. breeze, light south wind, and I'm loving it. It feels good to be back in a tree. I'm basically set up at the end of a very big green field. I've got a ton of pictures of does and bucks. A lot of deer come through here between 6 and 7 a.m. Pretty much every day through September 1st. So I am hoping to catch them on that same pattern this morning. All right, what a morning. I had a great time. I ended up seeing a small buck coming right underneath me this morning, and then had a group of does follow him and worked just out of my shooting lanes. I wasn't able to get a shot. It's just too thick down on that side where they came through, but real fun hunt, real good movement this morning. I was texting with Tommy, and he at exactly 7:15 saw his first deer. So we were very, very close to seeing movement at the same time. So my plan now is to get down, get out of the tree, and get situated. And I'm actually going to head over to Minnesota and check a few cameras there and set up for the evening hunt over one of my food plots. So that's the plan. We're going to get going. Good luck. Bow hunt or die. All right, today is September 14th. It's an afternoon hunt. I decided to skirt on over to Minnesota. I had to do a little bit of stand work down on the bottom, and I'm going to be hunting here up on top today. So it's a beautiful day. Got a south wind. Running a little late, so I got to hurry up here and get situated. But there's been some big changes on the farm. The biggest of which is there's a new solar farm, or solar garden, I should say, that's on the property that's going to affect the deer for sure. So I'm going to walk past these beans. There's a little alfalfa to my right. Things are looking just perfect. So that is the end of opening day here in Minnesota. It was a really nice night. It was kind of windy, and I didn't see a ton of deer. I'm not sure if they're messed up by the weather or what, but I ended up seeing 4 does, and they all seemed pretty skittish. Kind of stayed underneath me, and they didn't really come into the food at all. But it's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow morning, so this might be the end of my weekend. But a great start. Saw deer both sits. Got everything kind of set up, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll be back here hunting in Minnesota in a week on Friday. So rest you guys, hope you're having good luck. Stay safe, and